Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Huga here, bringing you guys a brand new video. Doing something a little bit different here. I got the DSLR, which I usually use as my webcam over here at the setup. I'm using it for this video. Something a little new. I got the little lav mic too. I don't know, just wanted to switch things up. I actually put my equipment to use for once, you know what I mean? But in today's video, I got a setup video for you guys. Recently, I've been getting a ton of comments about using emulators and how my shinies are fake reactions, things like that. And it's just really quite silly, and I wanted to clear the air, show you guys what I use to shiny hunt, because I do use physical hardware. I use DS capture cards and things like that. So we're going to go through that today. I'll also show you guys my PC and generally the whole setup. So let's hop into it. So if we just flip the camera around, this is what I see generally. You know, two monitors, you got the PC right here, key light up there, and then we got our 4 DS capture cards, the controller DS here, and then I got my 2 capture card 3DSs there. I do also capture Switch content, so I do have my Switch back here. Yeah, so back here we have the Series X, and then it's got the Switch on top of it, and then we got my bag of games right there. But yeah, if we come back over here to the capture cards, that one wasn't synced necessarily all the way. On the screen, we got the 4 DS capture programs. I do use loopy capture cards for all of them, so they're all using the same program. Before we get into the capture cards though, let's take a look over at the PC. So I made a setup video a few years ago now. I actually didn't realize how long ago that was. So it has been updated since that video. I'm rocking a 9600X with the same 3080. But I do have an X870 motherboard. We have 16 gigs of DDR5 RAM at, I think it's 5600 megahertz. It might be 6000, I don't remember specifically. Still in the Corsair 4000D airflow case, pretty nice. We got the Samsung Faker Edition monitor. I think it's the G7 question mark. I bought it off my coworker who was selling it for like $200. I think it's like a $750 monitor generally, Jesus. AOC monitor, I've had this for years. It's just curved 144 hertz or 165 hertz monitor, running in 60 hertz. And then we have the Shure, oh, I smacked my monitor. We got the Shure SM7B on the Rode mic right here, chilling. We got the Wave XLR back here with the Stream Deck with the little Giratina little GIF on there, really nice. But yeah, guys, on to the main attractions. We got the DS capture cards right here. As you can see, we're running Ruby Sapphire on all of them. If we take it off of the thing real quick, I have these USB-Cs that are magnetic that go into the back of the PC. So that's where it transfers the data signal. So if we just unplug that, that's what it looks like. I'm not going to take the back off of it, but I will pop up a picture to show you guys. So like I said, I do have the loopy capture card installed, but I also have the insideGadgets controller mod installed into all 4 of these. And so what that is, it's a little board, little wires coming off of it that you solder to each input for the face buttons down here. So what it does is it takes that signal and outputs it to this console through this transmitter board. You do need the transmitter and an R4 cart to run this version of insideGadgets. But essentially what it does is if I'm clicking these buttons down here, it controls all of my games at the same time. So real quick, just so it's all in the same frame. If I can get an encounter on that last game, come on. There you go. But yeah, that's what we got going on for the OG DS capture cards. They are the fat model, I should note. It doesn't work with the DS Lites. You can only get this on the fat model OG DSs for the capture cards. All right, guys, real quick, I just swapped over to the 3DS captures. As you can see, got everything going on up there. And it's literally just capturing from my physical consoles. So the 3DS ones are a lot more expensive and a lot more complicated to do than the OG DS capture cards. I'd recommend sending your 3DS into Loopy to have him mod it. That's what I did for both of these, whereas I installed all the mods for the OG DS cap cards myself. Like I said, it's way harder to do these ones, but well worth it. So it actually charges the consoles at the same time, and just the same, it's going into this little USB-C like the OG DS's. It is super nice and basically just future-proofs your console while adding functionality to it. So if you guys want to check out the insideGadgets controller mod and Loopy for your capture card mods, I will leave links in the description down below for you guys to check them out. But now we're gonna hop over to the PC because there is something I do want to show you guys that makes shiny hunting way easier for me. Real quick, I just wanted to show you guys how I actually capture my Switch gameplay. I have an internal Elgato capture card in my PC that it just captures the HDMI signal from the Switch and puts it on my PC. So that is how I capture my Switch gameplay. All right, guys, hopping over to the PC, I wanted to show you guys my auto counter. So if you guys take a look right here, we have this auto counter Java file. Basically what this does is it uses the virtual camera from OBS to capture still frames and then trigger increments, so I don't have to physically press a button to up my counters or anything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just literally turn on virtual camera and then head over here to create. Once you're over here, you click OBS and it literally captures your OBS screen. Right, so this is what my OBS screen is seeing here. If I were to real quick just swap screens, let's go to 4x GBA, which is where I should be if I'm doing this hunt anyway, and I just turn on a display capture in here for you guys to see what we're doing. I just make it smaller, right? So what we're gonna do is just click OBS and bam, it changed to our scene that we're actually using. And so what you can do is you can use left click and right click to select regions. But yeah, so like I said, you can use left click and right click to select the region that you want it to basically trigger the increment for. I'm not going to do that because I've already set it up for this. So if I want to show you guys, it's 4x RS. That's what I have this hunt saved as. I click load. I head over here to counters. 9820 is how many I've done. And then if you go right here next to counters, it shows 0, 1, 2, 3. These are all the triggers that you have set for that hunt. You can have multiple per hunt or for a hunt. So if you need different things to increment an encounter or whatever, you can do so. I haven't really messed with it too much. I really only set the one, like I set it the same for all of them. So for wild encounters, as soon as it says wild, it's going to increment it by 1. And it's really nice because I don't like having to keep track manually and I lose track a lot. So real quick, now that it's loaded and I have all the games set up, I'm just going to do a couple encounters. So as you see in the bottom corner of my webcam, 9820, that should jump up to, yeah, 9824 once all of these go through. Makes it super easy, super simple to do all these random encounter hunts. But yeah, guys, that is my shiny hunting gaming / streaming setup for the year. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the links down below. I'll leave a link to Loopy's website as well as the insideGadgets website, so you guys can check out the controller mods and capture card mods for your physical consoles as well if you guys are interested. That'll be it for me though, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later.